Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with a video about my most repurchased products. Things I purchased over and over. Okay, I'm dropping stuff. I'm not talking about stuff that I have bought one of every color. Like my matte glow plays, I have about 20 of those. These are things that even when I'm on a no buy or a low buy, or I'm just not buying a whole lot of makeup, I'm gonna replace these. These get replaced no matter what. And I'm going to jump right into this because I have quite a few of those that I just will not live without. I'm going to start, I think, with utensils. I have several Real Techniques brushes that I keep backups of and I replace if I misplace them. And one is this little blush brush. Could be a really nice powder brush if you don't want too big of a powder brush. I just think this is perfect. It is decently soft. You know, it's just a great brush. It's great for blush or powder. And then next are these little blending brushes. And I have not found another concealer brush I like better than this. And I use these for concealer on my eyelid, underneath. I honestly have never found anything I like better for a cream concealer. That's what I use these for. Like the MAC that's going to be in here, or the NARS mattifying, one of these kind of creamy ones. These are just great for color correctors, concealers. I love those. And then from the beauty blenders, these little cheekies. I'm kind of obsessed with these. I've got backups and I'm afraid I'm going to not have one. And I love this so much. And I just use this for my concealer. And I don't use it for cheek products. I use this for concealer. And I just love this size. When it's wet, it comes to that size. And I do my concealer, my liquid concealer with this, and my under eye powder, just right here on that inner corner. And I just love my little cheeky beauty blenders. Oh. Hey y'all, okay, I needed to cut in for just a minute because I left out one of my most repurchased tools ever. And that is the Miss A Wonder Blender Pawpaw Edition. These super soft sponges, over and over. I have replaced these. I have about 20 of them in there because these are $1.55, I think, last time I checked. $1.55. They are as soft as a beauty blender, and they look and feel just like a beauty blender. That's how big they get when they're wet. So if you love the beauty blender, I would absolutely give this one a shot. I can't tell the difference. Cannot tell the difference between this and a beauty blender for $1.55. Over and over, I repurchased this. So anyway, love the Miss A super soft sponges. Okay, and then a sharpener. And I never thought I would just really be in love with a sharpener, but this Urban Decay Grindhouse sharpens so nicely. Those kind of plasticky feeling liners, things that are hard to kind of sharpen, this is so nice and smooth, and I don't know, I just love it. I bet I've bought about 5 of these in 2 years because they're so easy to misplace. This one is one that I just bought. When this one is kind of getting grody, and I gave one to my daughter, so I replaced it with another one. I love these Urban Decay Grindhouse sharpeners. Okay, next, something that I am really surprised at myself that I replaced this as much as I do, the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I'll tell you why. I rarely spray this all over my face, but I never miss this under my eyes. I will put on my concealer, and then I dip into my under eye powder, the Huda Sugar Cookie, which is also replaced over and over. I spray my cheeky beauty blender with this, and then dip it into my powder, and just put it right here on this inner corner, where there's not a lot of lines, it's not getting a lot of movement, just right here on this inner corner. And this, I think, makes that stay on better. I could use it on my concealer, and that probably would help too. I don't know why I don't. But I will spray my cheeky, dip it into the powder, and then just set right here on that inner corner. And I love this. And then I'll just go straight into my powders, and I have 3. One is the Huda, I just talked about, in the Sugar Cookie. It's white, has a little bit I think, of a cover for my under eyes, but it's, you know, it's still light like a powder. And I just love this for my under eyes. I think it's beautiful. And then another powder I replace over and over, sadly, is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish, because this gives just the prettiest finish to finish with. It's a finishing powder, and it just blurs and gives the prettiest finishing touch to my makeup. It runs out fast, but it is so worth it. I have purchased this over and over, and I don't seem to be able to stop myself. And then my last powder is the Derma Blend. And I don't know why this one is the one that's sticking. It's very much like the RCMA with that little shaker. And I could put that shaker, you know, shake into just a regular powder. But I seem to just cannot stay away from the Derma Blend. In the white, it's a transparent powder, and it doesn't change anything about my makeup. You know, it just mattifies it a little bit, but doesn't change the color. It's a clear powder, and I don't know. This is just the one that I'm really sticking to. I bet this is about my 6th one. Okay, then I have a few concealers, and the first one is this Age Rewind. This is in the brightener, and I use this as a brightener, as a color corrector underneath my eyes. And I'm not using this right now, but I always come back to it, always. And I always keep one. I don't think you can do any better than this high end. It is beautiful, covers well. This brightener brightens, color corrects a little bit. It is really beautiful. I use this as a color corrector. It's a concealer, but I do this as a first step, and I never can remember the name of it. Studio Finish Concealer by MAC. I have about 3 of these at one time, and I love it. I could do better on the color for a color corrector. I could go peachier or pinker and a little deeper, but I use this as a color corrector, like a first step for my concealer, and I love it. It's just a real good, it's stiff, and I use that Real Techniques brush and just right here on my dark circles. Put this underneath, and it really sticks, stays all day, corrects beautifully. I love it. Okay, and then another concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape. I will tell you, this is not the first thing I use anymore, but I still keep it. I keep one in my purse. I keep one at my desk. I have backups of it for touch-ups. This is the most beautiful touch-up concealer, and that's what I used today to touch up with. This is just, I don't know, you can beat it. I will always, I think, keep one of these. I love my Shape Tape. A lot of people find that drying. I never have, but some people do find that drying. I just love the fat doe foot of it. I love the great cover of it. We all know the Shape Tape. And it's still just a beloved. I replace this over and over. I cannot give it up. Okay, then out of my foundations, I have 2. And I'm going to start with the most classic of the foundations, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I don't know how many bottles of this I've had. I will tell y'all, every time I wear this to church, my niece says, your skin looks great. I ought to be wearing this every day. She always mentions it. It's just a great classic matte finish, but not too flat. Has a beautiful cover. It lasts all day. My favorite way to wear this is over a lumifying. My favorite way to wear this is over a luminous primer, and it just makes it perfect for me. But it's a great cover. You know, it's just perfect. It lasts all day long. It mattifies, but not too much, and I just love it. But my latest baby, and I have purchased this over and over. For how long I've used it, like maybe a year, the Tarte Found Sealer. And I recently ran out of this and immediately had to replace it. I don't know that I have anything that blurs and perfects like this does. This is more of a velvety, luminous finish, but I mattify it down, and the cover on this is impressive. It's just a beautiful cover. I really love this. I'm gonna show you. You click it, and it's a little bit on the thicker side. It runs, but it's kind of between, look at that cover. It's kind of between a cream and a liquid. So this, I can't go without it right now. I have 2 more on the way. This is my 3rd one, and I have 2 more on the way. And it may still be on sale on QVC. It was 2 for 1. Okay, next, my NYX Jumbo Stick in Milk that I heard about from Glitzy Fritzy several years ago, and this has to be the tip of life because this is how I make it look like my eyes are less hooded than they are. This gives me so much more real estate on my eyelid, or it looks like it. It's just such an illusion. And this is what I use in the corner, and then you can see I go up onto my eyelid, and then I go over it with a really light color, and it makes me look like I have twice the eyelid that I actually do. So the NYX Jumbo Stick. And then my stick concealer. And I use this on my lips. I put lip liner, and then I put this over it, and then powder, and then my lipstick. This is what I use for that, and that's the only reason I keep this. So anyway, I keep my stick concealer for my lips, and I have repeatedly bought this since about 1988. Okay, next, the e.l.f. eyeliners, the liquid eyeliners. I don't know that you can beat an e.l.f. eyeliner, or I can't. I have this on today, and it's just perfect every time. It's easy to apply. You can go thick or thin with it. And I love these e.l.f.s. These keep me from buying anything more expensive. I love them. Okay, next, some lipsticks. And I have about 5. And the first one is MAC Blankety. And this is just, I don't know that you could have a more perfect, it's a classic, pinky nude. It's just perfect. I love doing this with my lip technique with the concealer and the liner. That is a perfect pinky nude with that technique. Then Bosom Friend. Okay, this lightens lipsticks. It's a very light, but when you want to go for that really nude look, or if I've gone too dark, if I've got on a dark liner, oh, I love that. To put on an extra dark liner and lighten it up with the Bosom Friend is perfection. And then a more recent that I've started purchasing over and over is the Honey Love. And this is more of a peachy nude. And I have it on, I've gone a little bit too dead with everything. So let's put a little bit of this on over what we already have on. Now that's on over gloss. So it goes on darker on just my lips, but I love the Honey Love. Hold on, I'll show you on my hand that. I just love it. I have fallen in love with the Honey Love. Okay, y'all, I need to cut in again because I was going to leave a lipstick out because I think this has been discontinued, but I think you can also still find it in a Google search or on Amazon. And that is the Maybelline Purely Nude in a matte formula. Purely Nude. This reminds me so much of the Kim KW. I cannot even tell you. It is such a close match. That's it. I hope you can see that. But anyway, this is one of my absolute top favorite lipsticks, and I have purchased it over and over. So if you can still find it, or if I can still find it, I will link it. I think I probably can. But if anytime you can get your hands on this, it is worth it. Because it's a Maybelline, it will save you a lot of money. It is so close to the Kim KW. Okay, next, Rimmel liners. I have bought these. These are like my stick concealer. I have been buying my Rimmel liners, I bet, since the early 90s. And more often than not, the lip liners that's what I'm using on my lips. Today I have it on in Wild Clover. I also love Rose Quartz, just any of them. I heard Mel Thompson compare these to Chanel one time. I've never used the Chanel, but these Rimmel lip liners are fabulous, and they are under $5. And then the black coal, just plain, have to sharpen it, black coal eyeliner. And right now, I'm using up an Urban Decay. I like this just as much. I'll go back to this one when I'm through. Not downing Urban Decay, I like that one too, but I like this just as much. So there's just no reason. Okay, and then I won't talk about these long because I talk about them ad nauseum in just about every Empties video. My Essence Sculpted Volume and my Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. Together, these are about $6. Together. And I love them as much as anything. I'm off the market for mascara and primer. You know why? Why? I have no idea how many times I've replaced that, but it's all I use. All right, and that is all of the products that I purchase over and over. I do not let myself run out of these. Y'all definitely down below, let us know anything like that for you. Anything that it runs out and you have got to be going to pick it up, because I'm sure I need to pick that up and try it with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.